Vice President Harris? What do we know about where she differs from Biden on handling the Middle East?
Well, we don't know a tremendous amount. Without going into details, some folks in my organization have had conversations throughout this period with her and have been left with a very strong impression that she actually does differ quite a lot from Biden's perspective on this. And I think it's not necessarily just because of the empathy that she managed to show in her first comments about this towards the suffering of the Palestinians, which I think we should note President Biden has more or less completely failed to do over the course of 10 months. But I think it's also because of an understanding of what the politics of this is. When you hear Biden speak and what you hear from the conversations are happening in the White House, it very much leaves the impression that at least the political calculus of this seems to be based on an understanding of how the United States, Israel, how the politics of Israel in the United States looked like 2-3 decades ago. But things have changed quite dramatically, not just over the course of the last 10 months, but even before that. And I think Kamala Harris may be a little bit closer in her understanding of what that reality is, particularly when it comes to young people in the United States, particularly when it comes to certain communities of color in the United States who are increasingly important in the Democratic Party. So I think a combination of these different things point to a likelihood of at least some sort of a shift. The shift that we have seen so far has mainly been tone and rhetoric. And that's not unimportant in any way, shape, or form. I mean, just seeing her body language after the one-on-one meeting with Netanyahu is starkly different from the bear hug that Biden offered Netanyahu. But there was also one issue of substance that I don't think we should paper over, which is that she told Prime Minister Netanyahu, take the deal. Now, the Biden administration has since then started to use that language. Prior to that, they didn't. The language the Biden administration used was that the problem lied with Hamas. It's Hamas that is not taking the deal. But she looked at Netanyahu and told him, take the deal, at least implicitly suggesting the problem actually lies with the Israeli prime minister.